We will examine the steps needed to determine the unknown angle or angles when two lines intersect. Now remember, in geometry we make statements based on facts. Always give a reason for your statement because the reason will justify your answer. Here we have all the steps. This is our first example here. Two lines intersect. Now, step 1. Identify the vertically opposite angles in the diagram. You know that B is vertically opposite 30 degrees and C is vertically opposite A. So 30 and B, they have the same size, and C and A have the same size. Number 2, identify the adjacent angles on a straight line. 30 and A, you can see there 30 and A, they're on the same side of the line, so they are equal to 180. From this information, you can find the sizes of each unknown angle. So you write out your solution. B is equal to 30. Reason? Vertically opposite angles. And I told you before, it's better to write it in. So B is equal to 30 degrees, right? 30 degrees there. You go to your next step. So you know A plus 30. Now A and B, they on the same side of this line. They have a common vertex, so the two of them must be equal to 180. In our next line, A plus 30 is equal to 180. Why? Adjacent angles on a straight line, or remember, supplementary adjacent angles. Then, next step, A is equal to 180 minus 30, so A is equal to 150. So we have A there, A is equal to 150 degrees. Right. C. Now C is vertically opposite A. So we know immediately that C is equal to 150 degrees. We can use another method also. C plus 30 is equal to 180. Angles on a straight line, so subtract the C from 180 and you will get exactly the same answer. But we'll take the shortest method. So C is equal to 150, reason vertically opposite angles. We go to our next example. Find the sizes of unknown angles marked A, B, and C. So you must first identify which lines intersect. Right. So we can see, if I take my highlighter here, this line intersect with that line there. And then we have a third line. But immediately I can see that A is vertically opposite 102 degrees. B, if we take this line here, and we can take this one here, so we can see B is vertically opposite 42 again. B is vertically opposite 42. That line and this line intersect, right? So B and 42, they are vertically opposite angles. Then the angles on a straight line. C, A, and 42. There's three angles here. Right. C, A, and 42. They on this line, on the same side above this line here. They're above that line there, so they are equal to 180 degrees. So we start. A is equal to 102 degrees, vertically opposite angles. So we have that A is equal to, and we write it in, A is equal to 102 degrees. We have that one there. B is equal to 42 degrees, also vertically opposite angles. So I write it in there, 42 degrees. Right. Now we have this straight line here. And we can see A, C, and 42. They are equal to 180. Right? A plus C plus B equals 180. We have the value of A there, 102. We have the value of B, 42. And C is the unknown angle. So we write it out like this. C plus 102 plus 42 is equal to 180. Why? Adjacent angles on a straight line. So C is equal to 180 minus 102 and minus that 42. And C is equal to 36 degrees. Right, next one. Sometimes we must use an equation. You did equations in algebra, and I think you did it in grade 7. Yes, you did it in grade 7. So you must follow that steps. Sometimes we must use an equation to calculate the size of an unknown angle. Find the value of x. X is in the place of a certain number. Two lines intersect. What do we know? That the vertically opposite angles are equal. So x plus 80 is equal to 100 degrees. Why? Vertically opposite angles. So x is equal to 100 minus 80, and x is equal to 20. So 20 plus 80 is equal to 100. Yes. So the vertically opposite angles, they are both vertically opposite angles. They are both 100 degrees. Example number 4. Calculate f. Two lines intersect, and we know this angle is equal to that angle there. So 3f plus 20 here is equal to 65. Why? Vertically opposite angles. So the 3f is equal to 65 minus the 20. 3f is equal to 45. 3 times what is 45? 3 times 15, and we can divide this side by 3, that side by 3, and f is equal to 15 degrees. Right? 45, 3f is 45 plus 20, and that gives us 65. So if I test the answer, then this side is 65 and that side is 65. So we have an exercise here. Find the value of unknown angles marked with letters. Don't forget, angles marked with the same letter, they are equal. So we start with this one. This one is easy. You can work it out. You can see these two lines intersect. Vertically opposite angles are equal. In this case, these two lines intersect. So 120 and that angle, they are the same. They are vertically opposite. X plus 40 is vertically opposite 120 degrees. You can work it out. Okay. In this case, we have this line intersect with that line. This is a ray that starts by this vertex. So you must decide 70 is equal to 30 plus that angle. But I don't ask you for that angle, I ask for E. So you can start by saying 70 plus E. They're both below the line. So you can work it out. They are equal to 180. These two lines intersect. So you start by deciding which angles are equal, which are the vertically opposite angles. And you can see A is vertically opposite 56 degrees and B next to 56 or next to A. So A plus B 180 degrees or 56 plus B 180 degrees. You can work it out. In this case, we have these two lines that intersect. We said angles marked with the same letter, they are equal. So you can see 100 vertically opposite M plus M. Right? So M plus M must be 100. Once you have M, you can continue with N. Quite easy. 100 and N, they're on the same side of the line, so they add up to 180. If this line intersects with that line there, right? Here we have our little box, and that box tells us that this angle from this side to that side is equal to 90, but I want that angle there. And I know now that 136 is vertically opposite X and 90. And you can work it out. Yeah, it gets a bit more complicated, so I'll help you with this one. We'll take the highlighter. You see, here we have a line. And there we have a line. These two intersect. And from there you start. Can you see? 67 degrees is opposite. Which angles? X and 38. Yes. Now once you have X, you can see 19, Z, X and 38. They're on the same side of the line. They're all above this line here. All above the line. And they must be equal to 180 degrees. Right? 19 plus Z plus X plus 38. But you must first find X. Because we need to know X before we can continue with Z. Right. Next one. These two lines intersect. This one and that one there. So you can see immediately B is equal to C plus 45. Right, they have the same size. You don't know the value of B, so it's better to first to actually use the straight line. B plus 70. Right, B plus 70. They all on the same side, B and 70. They on the same side of this line here. So find B, and once you have B, you know B is vertically opposite C plus 45. And from there, you can work out that answer. Find the value of X. You can use your equation. X plus 40, we know is equal to 70. And you continue from there. Calculate the value of C. 3C is equal to 75. 3 times what is 75? And you work out your answer. Here we have a quite involved equation. They say 3a minus 10 AOB is 3 times a certain number minus 10, and COD a certain number plus 50. So you are going to use an equation to work out this value. So I'll help you with this. AOB is vertically opposite COD. So this angle must be equal to that angle there. They are vertically opposite angles. So you start by saying 3A, right? 3A minus 10 degrees, minus 10 degrees is equal to A plus 50. A is equal to A plus 50 degrees. Why? And we know the reason. They are vertically opposite angles. Okay, you can see they're vertically opposite angles. Continue. We put all the A's on the left hand side and the numbers on the right hand side of the is equal sign. So 3A, and that becomes minus A is equal to plus 10 plus 50, right? And it's all degrees. 3A minus A is equal to 2A. Apologize for my handwriting on this screen here. 10 plus 50 is equal to 60 degrees. 2 times what is 60? And you know the answer must be 30. Or you divide by 2 and you divide by 2. There. And A is equal to 30 degrees. If you struggle with the sum, go back to your equations and you can look at the rules for equations again. So A is equal to 30. They say find the value of A. So this angle must be 3 times 30 minus 10. Because A is 30. And that angle must be 30 plus 50. Right? 30 plus 50. Because now we know that A is equal to 30. So what is the size of AOB? AOB. So AOB is equal to 3 times 30. Right? 3A means 3 times A. So it's 3 times 30. And once you have that answer, you must subtract the 10. Okay. So 3 times 30 will give us 90. And 90 minus 10 is equal to 80 degrees. Right, 80 degrees. So if this one is 80, test your answer, then that one must be 80. And 30 plus 50 is 80. 30 plus 50 is 80. So that one is 80 and this one is 80 degrees. Right, now we move to BOD. If that one is 80, then BOD must be, we see the common vertex is O, AOB and BOD must be 180. There's two angles here. That one and that one, they have the same vertex, they're next to each other, so they add up to 180. Now, I want you to do this exercise on your own again. You can turn down the volume. You don't need to listen to my voice. You can start all over again and practice. Right? Practice. Because, and see, on the last, remember now, on the last slide, we have all the answers. Right? All the answers over here. But you will work it out on your own. And once you are happy, you are ready to go to our next chapter. That will be chapter 4.